Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Show Rewind, where we rewind some of your favorite shows each season of this podcast. And I am Justin.
And I am Melissa.
And, we're just a couple people that just love to talk about TV shows. We have a bunch of favorite TV shows, so we decided why not talk about it. And each season here of Show Rewind is going to be a different show, a season, shall I say, of a different show that we're going to be talking about. And this first season of Show Rewind, Melly, what show are we going to be talking about?
Moesha.
That's right. Season 1 of Moesha will be season 1 of Show Rewind. And so today we started with season 1, episode 1 of Moesha, entitled what, Melly?
The pilot
episode of Moesha. Now, Melly, tell everybody, summarize it up. Let's just start with the summary. Summarize what episode 1 of Moesha is all about.
Okay. Moesha clashes with her new stepmother when she ignores Dee's grounding and goes to the local hangout, the Den. Her heart is broken when she finds out Ohagi, the boy she likes, with another girl.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and just get into it, shall we? What do you think, Mel?
Yes, sir. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's see if I can get this on there. Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties, episode 1. All right. So this episode starts off with Moesha and the very, very nostalgic Moesha theme song. Mo to the O to the E to the
no,
S, whatever.
It's Mo to the E to the
Keep going. You doing good.
S. Mo to the E to the S to the A.
Mo to the S to the H to the A. I get it.
No,
Moesha.
you forgot the E.
Anyway. Yeah. Mo to the E to the S to the H to the A to the. Okay, anyway, Moesha. And then we start the episode with her talking, writing, and well, I will say she's doing a narration of what she's writing to her diary, which was very, very much the theme of Moesha in every episode, pretty much throughout this whole series. You could definitely see the groundwork in this first episode of just what was to come for this show called Moesha. And so then we get into the show. And Moesha comes into the kitchen and she already sees Dee, which is her stepmother. So in this scene we have Dee, which is Moesha's stepmother, Moesha, played by Brandy, of course. And then we also have Frank, Moesha's dad. And then we have Miles, Moesha's brother. And as Moesha comes into this kitchen, she sees that Dee already has made breakfast for everybody. And she's
she's not happy.
She's salty. She's very salty. Very, very salty, y'all. And she's like, well, Dad, let me go ahead and, let me fix your plate then. And Frank, the dad's like, Moesha, you don't got to do that. It's fine.
Don't touch my plate, girl.
Because Mo's like, Dee not going to come up in here and just fix everybody breakfast, because that's my job. I used to fix everybody breakfast. I'm supposed to be fixing everybody breakfast and stuff, blah, 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 blah. But she didn't get up in time. Dee beat her up. Dee beat her to it. And then after this scene, during the scene, should I say, we're still on the scene. We get Moesha asking Frank, can I go to the Den? And we get Frank, what does her dad say about going to the club, the Den?
That's when the stepmother was gonna say no, but Frank had interrupted her. But then he was asking if it's gonna be spice, hot, the
boys there, basically.
Yeah.
There's gonna be girls and boys there.
But she said that she's going with her homies, Kim and her other friend. I
think it's Nisi. I believe. at the time. I think it's Niecy. So Kim and Niecy, and he was like, "Well, you shouldn't have said Kim because you're definitely not going now."
He was about to be out the door before I heard the K.
Because Kim, woo. And I gotta say, in this episode, I love Miles. Man, Miles is just that little brother that just has these one-liners that just makes the show, man. You like, yeah, you bet, yeah. He's the annoying little brother. And then of course we get Moesha going. She's in school, right? She's at school. This at school or she's after school?
Before school.
Before school, where she meets up with her friends, basically.
Yeah.
And then we get to meet Kim and her other friend Niecy. Oh, I forgot we did meet Hakeem in a breakfast scene. He's that friend that comes over that likes to eat all the time because his mama don't cook really. His mama not really cooking.
I'm dead.
Anyway, we'll get more on that throughout the season. But yeah, so then we get to the scene where she's at in school or before school, whichever one it is, with her friends. You see Niecy, you see Kim. Kim, this is the Kim from the Parkers, by the way.
Oh yeah.
This is she gets the Parker spinoff. Like I think Kim was like in the first 2 seasons of Moesha, and then the Parker spinoff happened, which was very successful. And we do, by the way, guys, we do have like a little hat that we pick what show we're going to talk about each season of show we want. So the Parkers are one of the shows inside the hat, but we can't tell you what season we're going to talk about them just yet. We don't know yet. Okay. But anyway, back to Moesha, episode 1, season 1. So yeah, we get to see Kim, Niecy, and we see Kim's a little bit of a, I'm just going to say player. I'm not even going to say HOE word. And then, she's checking out the guys. And then, of course, Hakeem walks in. Apparently, Hakeem was ugly.
Kent Clark, has she said?
Last year.
That's what she said.
Kent Clark. Clark Kent. You mean Clark Kent?
Yeah.
Like he was Clark Kent, now he's Superman, whatever.
What'd I say?
I think that's what she said. You said Kent Clark.
Oh. Whoops.
But yeah. Kent Clark. What kind of stuff is that, Millie? This is for you. All right. And so, yeah, we see that her friends are a little bit of a player, especially Kim. She loves the guys. And then, of course, we get the conversation about what's his face? What's his name again? Ohagi. Yeah.
That's where we meet him.
That's where we meet him at. And Ohaji's like, you should come check me out, at the den, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, of course, when Moesha wants to go, blase. We're just going to go to the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the next scene. And by the way, in this first episode, we do see that Moesha's dad is a car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
He sells Saturns. Not just a car salesman. He sells Saturns. Like, I don't know where they came up with this particular. I think this is popular back in the day. They just had to go with the Saturn, just a particular car. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, he's a car salesman who just sells Saturns. I guess that was the sponsor for the Moesha show. It was like, since y'all gonna be the sponsor, we're gonna make Frank sell Saturns. Anyway, so then after Moesha meets with her friends and everything, then we get her going. I think she goes back home, right?
No, you skipped the part where she's on a date with Ohagi.
Oh yeah.
They're hanging out.
So then, because Ohagi, while they was at the little, where she was with her friends earlier, Ohagi, was there, and then they start hit it off, and then I guess he asks her on a.
I think they've been secretly dating. Cause when he meets him, he asks for to see her notes, and then that's when Kim was like, "Ooh, Ohagi, you and Ohagi got something going on," and she was like, "Girl, no." And then that's when she walks off and meets Ohagi's, and they're in the park.
Oh yeah, they're in the park. Mm-hmm. They share a kissy kiss.
Oh yeah, cause he's reading a poem, and she tries to lean in and kiss. He's like, "What are you doing?" She's like,
her face. Her face. Her face, y'all. Anyway. And then they actually kiss. Lean in for a kissy kiss. Then Moesha goes home. And she's basically like, man, I really want to go to this den. And I think, they're worried about her. We get Frank and Dee worried about what Moesha is because Moesha comes home up late.
She's late for dinner.
And everybody's like, where the heck is Moesha? Dee is actually more worried than Frank in this case. And Dee's like, man, where's Moesha? And Frank's like, I'm sure she'll, actually the little brother Miles was like, I'm ready to eat. I don't really care.
For real.
And Frank is worried, of course, but Dee's more worried than Frank just a little bit. And they were gonna call everybody, like literally about to call the police, put out a search for her and everything. Like,
I think they had to call Hakeem and he didn't know where she
was. But
he wanted a plate of food though.
That's Hakeem's character in this whole series. He it's always that one character that they write in these sitcoms where it's like they just want food. They the foodie. They like to eat. They love to eat. They always in the refrigerator of their friend's house. Like they come in. Like
she was like, "Fine, I'll save you a plate, and yes, I'll save your mama one too."
Love the food. But then of course Moesha finally shows up. They're like, Moesha, where you been? She was like, in the kitchen. They was like, no. Oh, then she was like, before the kitchen. I was out with some friends. Frank's like, okay, cool, basically. And then Dee's like, Dee was very suspicious. Dee was like, with your friends, okay. All right.
For real time, but you gotta be a better liar than that, Moesha.
Right. You gotta be a better liar than that, Moesha. Acting like her mama. That's what Moek feel. That's what Moek. Who the heck is Moek? That's what Moesha felt like, that Dee trying to be her mama. I mean,
she is. I can't even speak. Practically her mother.
Her stepmom.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. And then of course we have the this is the whole confrontation because Dee is telling Moesha she can't go to the den, or
she asked her dad if she can go to the den, and he says yeah, but then that's when Dee was like, Frank, can I talk to you? Because she was gonna say no, but Frank just cut her off.
Oh yeah, because Frank's always cutting her off whenever she's trying to, I'm gonna say, discipline Moesha.
Yep.
I mean, then of course after that whole conversation between Dee and Frank, then Dee comes back out, and why does Moesha gets mad? Because I think she's like, why, Dee, you're trying to act like my mom, but you're not my mom. Kind of thing, I believe. I mean, Moesha gets mad because Dee trying to act like her mom this whole episode. And why does Dee ground Moesha? Because I know I can't remember. I don't know why it's just going over my head. But Moesha gets grounded. I think for talking back to Dee, pretty much. I believe. I think that's why.
Oh yeah, because she was like, "Well, my daddy said I could go.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that." And then she was basically sassing Dee, and Dee was like, "You know what?
You're grounded."
No, I don't think she said grounded, but she said
she did. No, she said you can't go, and you're grounded.
I didn't hear that part.
Oh yeah, she said she grounded her. And then we get to the club den after this, and then of course we see Ohagi is there doing his little poetry.
His little poetry that he said to Moesha.
And then we get Moesha sneaking out, of course, to go to the den, disobeying Dee, but listening to her dad, of course, because Dee ain't her mama, as Moesha would say. And then, of course, Moesha's in for a shock of her life because Ohagi there with another girl. there with a whole nother chick. Now, did he ever say who the girl was, or did they just was like?
He said it was a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding. This boy here, so dumb. So dumb. It ain't no misunderstanding.
Oh, yeah, because he was like, Moesha, I
What you
thought you were
doing?
grounded. I remember now. I remember now.
How everybody knows she grounded? I guess Hakeem.
I guess she had told Hakeem
And then Hakeem
she was
told
grounded and he
everybody
thought that
she wasn't coming.
she wasn't going to come. So.
Ohagi thought she wasn't going to come either because he was
But
with
she
that other
snuck
girl.
out. Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's the end of Ohagi and Moesha. Maybe. Stay tuned. And then, of course, Moesha gets home and D and Frank waiting for her because
No, Frank was working out late.
Oh, yeah, Frank was going to... Oh, yeah, forgot. Frank did leave and said he's going to get home late.
So it's just D.
So it's just D. And D, of course, sees Moesha come in. Moesha don't give a dang.
She really don't.
She really didn't.
She's like, I don't got time for this.
I ain't got time for this.
Or I'm not in the mood.
I'm not in the mood. And then D start. Oh, this I kind of got mad at this because D starts laying into Moesha, and I'm like, yeah, laying to her because she just talking back, she yelling at you. D, ain't no way. These people back in the background want to pull off all quick. That's what's up. Thank you for kind of ruining this podcast. Anyway, but yeah, D starts laying into Moesha. It's like, young lady, you're gonna respect me, blase, blase. And then, of course, Moesha starts crying. And then she's like, honey, what's wrong? I'm like, bull crap, D. No, D, keep on laying into
She did it
Moesha.
on purpose because she thought she could get away with it and not get in trouble.
For real, though. And then she tells D, oh, Haji was out with another girl. And,
Yeah.
and then I think this is when
They kind of like rekindle.
D and I'm about to say Brandy. It is Brandy. D and Moesha have like a come to Jesus a little bit.
Yeah.
A seance. And they just start talking and they start kind of, getting along just a little bit. And then at the end of the conversation, Brandy's, dang it.
D.
Moesha. At the end of the conversation, Moesha was like, you're not going to tell my daddy about Ohagi, are you, D? And D was like, no, I'm not going to tell him. D keeps Moesha's secret that she was with Ohagi. But honestly, that was so nice of D. And I think this is like one step forward for D and Moesha at this point of the series, this episode 1. And then, of course, we get the, each episode of Moesha begins with her writing her journal, and then the ending of this episode ends with Moesha writing her journal again. And she basically says that, D may be okay. She alright,
Then she got butterflies for Ohagi, or butterflies in her stomach, saying that she likes someone, but he has to feel the same thing.
Something like that. I think that might have been the beginning one. I don't know.
No, it was towards the end because she was like saying he's a jerk.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, the thing I took from the ending of the journal was D alright. D alright.
Yeah.
She warmed up to D just a tiny bit. Not much. Just a tiny
bit because then she was like, I got to go to sleep so I can get up before D.
Before D, so I can make that breakfast. So I make my dad favorite breakfast. I ain't trying to.
That turkey sausage omelet, something like that.
Something, yeah. It's like, I ain't trying to. No. But anyway, and that's how this first episode of season of this, and that's, see, look, I don't know how to say it. That's how this first episode of season 1 of Moesha ends, titled Pilot. And that's it for this first episode of Show Rewind, man. We look forward to talking, about this first season of Moesha and going through these episodes, season 1 of Moesha. And I thought this was a pretty dang on good start, Mel. What you think?
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. Amen. And if you guys want to hear more and want to, join in with the watch of Moesha 2, or the recap of Moesha, or rewatch of Moesha season 1, make sure you guys watch the episodes and then come here on Wednesdays and listen to us recap it. All right. All right. We'll see you guys next week, where we're gonna recap episode 2 of season 1 of Moesha. Entitled, what's the title for that one, Mel? So everybody know.
Friends.
Ones we can depend on. Friends. You don't know that. Anyway. All right. All right. Friends. That's an old school song. You don't know that. It's all right. She is not. Anyway. Well, for Show Rewind, I am Justin.
And I am Melissa.
And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Until then, make sure the rewind. Not the see ya. Make sure to rewind.
See ya.